Next topic is system of governance. The central administrative machinery was based on the division of power among various departments, each under the charge of important ministers. So the central administrative machinery, that means the whole, or you can say the main part of an empire, is basically based on what? The division of power. And how they used to divide the power? They used to divide the power among different departments so that they can do their own work. Okay, and each department were given the charge, that means they were given the power so that they can do their work independently. The Diwan or Diwan-e-Ala, the head of the revenue department, was responsible for all the income and expenditure. So the name of the department is Diwan or Diwan-e-Ala. It is the head of the revenue department. Revenue, I have already told you, revenue means tax collecting department, right? So it basically uh, it is a department where the income and expenditure were decided. That means how much salary will be given, okay, how much tax will be collected from the local people, okay, and how much money will be expense in order to run the empire. So everything was divided in the Diwane Ala. He had to maintain an account of the financial position of the empire and submit the report to the king. So the Diwane Ala, that is the head of the revenue department, he have to maintain an account, that means a book, okay, of all the financials, or you can say all the expenditure and income which are taking place in the empire, and submit that account or book to the king or the emperor. The Central Revenue Department had several branches where a clerk, a secretary, and a superintendent held their respective positions. So there was a Central Revenue Department. Okay, that means the Central Revenue Department, they have certain branches. So this is the main part. Okay, and under this department there are many branches. Okay, and there were certain clerks, secretary, and superintendent, so that they can do their respective work. The Mir Bakshi, the head of the military department, also acted as the head of the nobility and the intelligence agency of the empire. So the Mir Bakshi was the head of the military department, that means the army department, okay, and they have and the Mir Bakshi, he is the head of the nobility, that means the noblemen's, that means the different types of officers, and he was also the head of the intelligence agency. That means if somebody is trying to uh, revolt against the king, so this agency will look after and they will find out the solution. So all these three department was under the Mir Bakshi. He maintained record of the dag and chera of the soldiers in the army and accompanied the emperor on hunting expedition as well as on the battlefield. So along with this duty, he also had to maintain a record of dag and chera, which we have already discussed. That means the branding of the horses, okay, and different types of taxes, and the maintenance of the soldiers in the army, okay, and accompanied the emperor. That means he will accompany the king, okay, when he is going for hunting activities, okay, and not only during hunting, he will go in the battlefield. That means if there is any war against the emperor or the entire empire, okay, Mir Bakshi will accompany with the king. The Mir Saman was in charge of the royal workshop. So the Mir Saman was in the charge of the royal workshop. That means workshop means every maybe uh, once in a year, or in a or once in 6 months, okay, there is a you can say they used to organize certain workshops where the princes and the queens, they used to participate, okay, and they used to make or you can say they used to sell the different types of important items in this workshop, and in this workshop only the royal families were allowed, not the normal people, that means the normal citizens of the empire. He also provide all provision and articles for the use of the royal household. So the Mir Saman, he will also provide different types of items so that the family of the king, they does not face any problem. Okay, their day to day activities and their day to day use items were supplied by the Mir Saman. He closely supervise the manufacture of various articles in the workshop. So he will look after whether the articles which are you can say shown or used in the workshop, they are of good quality or not. If the items are not the appropriate, he will reject that articles from the workshop. The chief Qazi headed the judicial department. So the Qazi uh, was the head of the judicial department. This post at times was combined with that of the chief Sadr, who was responsible for all charitable and religious endowment. So later on, the Qazi was given the position of the chief Sadr, whose work was to look after the amounts of money or amounts of items which are given in the charitable, that means to the poor people, and the items which were used in the religious activities. The chief Qazi look after civil and criminal cases and was involved in the appointment of Qazis at the provincial and local level. So the chief Qazi, he will also look after the civil and criminal cases. That means if there is any illegal activities is taking place in the empire, if they are doing, they will be punished according to their crime. Okay, and he was also involved in the appointment of different types of Qazis at the central level or at the local level. The Mir Adal was responsible for executing the orders of the court. So the Adal was the person who will be the person who will you can say inform the normal people of the empire about the rules and regulations which are made in the court, that means in the royal court. Okay, while the mustasib maintain public order and decorum. So the mustabs were the person who will look after the whole empire, whether they are following the rules and regulation which are made by the emperor. Okay, so these are the, you can say, the system of governance. Okay.